Well, good afternoon. Game 2 of the series with Marksville. On the mound for the Saints is Parker Morgan here in game 2. It's 2 balls and a strike from Morgan. Pitch misses inside. It's 3-1 now from Parker Morgan. The 3-1's in for a strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Outside corner is called strike 3 and a strikeout for out number 1. First pitch from Parker Morgan misses outside. That's 1 ball and no strikes. Ground ball towards third base. It'll be foul. Parker Morgan on the mound. Clay Gaskin is behind the plate. Drew Blanchard at first, Cooper Miller is at second, Evan Jobert at third, and Jason Shamsi is at short, at third, Evan Jobert at short. Pitch misses outside, it's 2 balls and a strike. In the outfield for the Saints, Chase Wilson in left, Caleb Duhon in center, and Gus Milligan is in right. David Nolan will be the DH. Pitch misses outside, and it's 3-1 now for Morgan. Polk of the batter and he lines one down the right side, foul. A 3-ball, 2-strike count. Here's the pitch. Misses off the outside, ball 4. A 1-out walk for the Tigers, and they'll have a runner at first. Here's Norman. One out, one on. He'll throw to first, and they caught him off, and he'll be called out. So Polk is called out at first base, and then there's 2 outs in the inning. Fly ball right field. Milligan coming in. And Miller going back, and he'll catch it on the run to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Just a walk. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Bottom of the first, and Jason Shamsey will lead things off for the Saints. First pitch, Shamsey holds up. It's up high. It's a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 misses high. 2 balls, no strikes to Shamsey. Shamsey chops it foul. Two balls and a strike. Pitch misses low, and it's 3-1. To Shamsey. Ground ball back up the middle. Throw to first, just gets Shamsey, and there's 1 out.
At bat for the Saints, second baseman Cooper Miller.
So here's Cooper Miller with 1 out. Miller, slow roller back to the mound. Pitcher has it, and he'll throw to first for out number 2.
Up to bat for the Saints, right fielder Gus Milligan.
So here's Milligan with 2 out, nobody on. First pitch swung on and missed. No balls and a strike. Off speed, misses high. 1-1 to Milligan. Milligan with a base hit to right field. So 2-out single for Gus Milligan. That'll bring up David Nolan, the designated hitter. First pitch to Nolan, he rips it down the left side, but foul. No balls and a strike. And Nolan will be hit by the pitch. So Milligan singles. Nolan is hit by pitch. Runners at first and second now for Evan Jobert.
At bat for the Saints, shortstop Evan Jobert.
First pitch, Joubert grounds it. Shortstop deep in the hole. He can't come up with it. Milligan will round. He'll go home without a throw. And the Saints lead it 1-0.
At bat for the Saints, left fielder Chase Wilson.
So here's Chase Wilson with 2 down and a runner at second base. Runners at first and second for the Saints. First pitch misses, low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. One 0 misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Chase Wilson. Inside corner's called a strike. And it's 1-1. I'm sorry, 2 balls and 1 strike. Ground ball towards the right side. Second baseman has trouble picking it up, and he's late on the throw. Nolan's going to come home on the throwing error as he gets over the first baseman's head. And now the Saints lead it 2-0.
At bat for the Saints, first baseman Drew Blanchard.
So here's Drew Blanchard. 2 outs and runners on the corners. First pitch swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike to Drew Blanchard. Pitch misses high and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Blanchard. The 1-1 misses low and outside. 2 balls and a strike, 2 down, runners at the corners. Outside corner's called a strike, and it's 2-2. Wilson drives one to deep left field. Left fielder going over, but it'll be in the corner, out of play. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs with 2 on for the Saints. I'm sorry, that's Blanchard. Two to Blanchard. outside corner, and Blanchard's going to be called out on strikes. Saints score 2 runs on 2 hits and an error. We'll go to the top of the second. Top of the second, Saints lead it 2-0, and third baseman Quentin Snyder will lead things off. First pitch from Morgan. Swung on and missed. The 0-1's called a strike, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Fly ball right side. Blanchard will take it, and there's 1 out.
At bat for the Tigers, pitcher Gavin Laird.
So here's Laird. And first pitch from Parker Morgan is in for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Just misses inside, and it's 1-1. Chopper to the left side, it'll stay foul. So a ball and 2 strikes to Laird. 1 out, nobody on for the Marksville Tigers. Third base, Shamsi has it. Throw across to Blanchard for out number 2.
At bat for the Tigers, pitcher Colton Tigner.
So here's the pitcher, Colton Tigner, with 2 down and nobody on. First pitch from Morgan misses high. One ball and no strikes. Ground ball towards second. Cooper Miller comes up. He'll flip it over to Blanchard for the 3rd out. 3 up, 3 down for the Saints in the top of the second. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Saints lead it 2-0.
Center fielder Caleb Duhon.
Bottom of the second inning. Saints lead it 2-0. Due up for the Saints, Caleb Duhon, followed by Clay Gaskin, and back to the top of the order, Jason Shamsi. First pitch misses high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Ground ball towards the right side. Second baseman bobbles it and throws it late over the first baseman's head. Duhon will stay at first base.
At bat for the Saints, catcher Clay Gaskin.
There's Gaskin with nobody out, a runner at first. Gaskin hits a high fly ball to center field. Center fielder coming in. He'll make the catch. Duhon will hold up.
Back for the Saints, third baseman Jason Shamsi.
So here's Shamsi with 1 out, runner at first. First pitch to Shamsi. Here's a ball. So 1 ball and no strikes to Jason Shamsi. Pitch misses low. Runner takes off. Duhon will slide in safe. Stolen base. 2 balls and no strikes to Shamsi. Two balls, no strikes to Shamsi. Pitch misses high, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. And ball 4 to Jason Shamsi. That'll have runners at first and second.
Second baseman, number 28, Cooper Miller.
That'll bring up Cooper Miller with nobody out, with 1 out, runners at first and second. Miller hits one to left field. Left fielder's going to catch it on the run coming in. And the runners are going to have to hold up. So now there's 2 outs in the inning for Gus Milligan.
Right fielder, number 9, Gus Milligan.
So here's Gus Milligan with 2 down, runners at first and second. First pitch misses high. 1 ball, no strikes. Ground ball back to the pitcher. He'll throw it over to first in time for out number 3. St. Strand 2, We'll go to the third inning. Saints lead it 2-0.
Number 6, first baseman Ethan Ryland.
So here's Ryland for the Tigers. First pitch misses low. It's 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch is in for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouled off down the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch misses low, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ryland. Blooper towards the right side. Blanchard will catch it just in the grass for out number 1.
Second baseman, number 8, Javon Sampson.
So here's Sampson with 1 out, nobody on. First pitch catches the inside corner for a strike. Backdoor curveball catches the outside corner and snowballs and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss for the strikeout. 2 down in the inning.
Right fielder, number 12, LaCoria Ford.
They'll bring up the right fielder, Ford. One ball, no strikes to Ford. Outside corner, swung on and missed, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 from Morgan. It's in for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 down, nobody on here in the top of the third. Fouled out a play down the right side. Count will stay 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2, misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 to Ford. And he foul tips it. Looks like he got Gaskin on the foot. He'll walk it off. And the count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 from Morgan. Misses outside. The count's full. Here's the 3-2. Just fouled down the line at third base. Three-two pitch to Ford. And the backdoor curveball is going to get him for the strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors. We'll go to the bottom of the third. 2-0 Saints. So David Nolan will get things started for the Saints. First pitch, Nolan checks his swing. 1 ball, no strikes. First game of the doubleheader. Saints lead it 2-0 here in the bottom of the third. Pitch misses outside. It's 2 balls, no strikes to Nolan. Jobert on deck. Wilson in the hole for the Saints here in the third. Here's the 2-0. And it misses low. 3 balls, no strikes to David Nolan. And ball 4, David Nolan will walk.
Shortstop, number 27, Evan Jobert.
So here's Evan Jobert with the runner at first and nobody out. So here's Jobert. First pitch is a base hit into left field. And there's 2 on with nobody out for Chase Wilson.
Left fielder, number 25, Chase Wilson.
And the first pitch to Chase Wilson's in for a strike. It's no balls and a strike. Base hit to right field for Wilson. Nolan around third. He'll come to the plate. There'll be no play.
First baseman, number 15, Drew Blanchard.
So here's Drew Blanchard with nobody out and runners on the corners. First pitch off speed, swing and a miss by Blanchard. No balls and one strike. Here's the 0-1. Misses outside. So 1 ball, 1 strike now to Blanchard. Joe Barrett third, Wilson at first for the Saints. Pitch misses low. Two balls and a strike to Wilson. Ground ball towards the left side. Shortstop has it in the hole. He'll throw across to first, but Blanchard will beat it out. Jobert will score, and the Saints lead it 4-0.
Center fielder, number 16, Caleb Duhon.
So here's Caleb Duhon. With runners at first and second and nobody out. First pitch misses high, 1 ball, no strikes. One 0 to Duhon. This is high and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Duhon fouls it back. 2-1 to Caleb Duhon. Blanchard at first, Wilson at second. Nobody out. Pitch misses inside. 3 balls and a strike to Duhon. Here's the 3-1 to Duhon. Base hit up the middle. Wilson around third. He'll come to the plate. Saints lead it 5-0.
Catcher, number 13, Clay Gaskin.
And timeout as Marksville wants to talk about it. So here's Gaskin with nobody out and a runner at second. Runners at first and second. And Gaskin drives one to the gap in left center field. Blanchard will come home. Here comes Duhan. He'll round third. Gaskin's going to head for third. Here's the throw. And he slides away from the tag. 2-run triple for Clay Gaskin.
Third baseman, number 7, Jason Shamsi. Courtesy running at third base for the catcher Gaskin, number 11, Michael Laverne.
So here's Jason Shamsi. So here's Shamsi. First pitch is in for a strike. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Nobody out, runner at third for the Saints. And Shamsi drives one to left field. That'll score Gaskin. And the Saints have an 8-0 lead.
Second baseman, number 28, Cooper Miller.
Here's Cooper Miller with nobody out and Shamsi at first. First pitch is fouled off. No balls and 1 strike to Miller. Oh, 1 to Miller. And Miller hits one to the shortstop deep in the hole. Shortstop won't have a play. Infield base hit for Cooper Miller.
Right fielder, number 9, Gus Milligan.
Still nobody out. Runners at first and second now for the Saints. Milligan drives the first pitch to center field. Center fielder comes over, and it's off of his glove. It'll roll to the wall. Shamsi's going to come around and score. Here comes Miller. He'll go 2. And Milligan's on his way to third. 2 RBI triple for Gus Milligan. And the Saints, well, they'll probably rule that an error. A 3-base error for Gus Milligan. 2-run score.
Designated hitter, number 18, David Nolan.
Saints lead at 10-0. David Nolan on the bat. Still nobody out. Runner at third for the Saints. And the first pitch is in for a strike. No balls and a strike to Nolan. So 1 ball, 1 strike now to Nolan. 1-1 misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1, misses outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Three balls and a strike. And Nolan will be hit by the pitch for the second time this game.
Shortstop, number 27, Evan Jobert.
So I'll bring up Jobert. Runners at first and third now for the Saints. Runners on the corners for Jobert. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the third. And the first pitch to Jobert is called a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Saints have scored 8 runs here in the bottom of the third on 7 hits. And no errors. Oh, 1 error, I'm sorry. Fouled back. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Jobert. Jobert hits it to deep left field, and it's a home run. Jobert thought it was foul. Ball just kept carrying. And a 3-run home run for Jobert. And the Saints now lead at 13-0, I'm sorry. And we're going to have a pitching change for Marksville. Chase Wilson will be the batter. Nobody on, nobody out after the 3-run home run by Evan Jobert. Saints have scored 11 runs on 8 hits and 1 error.
New first base coach for the Saints, Jason Bluthal.
Swing and a miss by Wilson. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. One. Swing and a miss. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Wilson. Ground ball toward shortstop. Throw to first. In time for out number 1. So 1 out in the inning.
First baseman, number 15, Drew Blanchard.
And then I'll bring up Blanchard.
Opposing third for the Saints, number 2, Aaron Stanley.
No balls and a strike to Drew Blanchard. Blanchard with the chopper back to the mound. Snyder has it. He'll throw it over to first, and there's 2 outs in the inning.
Center fielder, number 16, Caleb Duhon.
So here's Caleb Duhon with 2 down and nobody on. First pitch to Duhon misses outside. No balls and 1 strike. I'm sorry, 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch misses outside once again. 2 balls, no strikes. To Duhon. Nobody on, 2 down. Three balls, no strikes to Duhon. And the 3-0's in for a strike. So 3-1 now to Duhon. Duhon skies it on the left side. Third baseman's going to go over, and he'll make the catch. 2 in the inning. 11 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. We'll go to the 4th. It's 13-0 Saints.
Attention please, changes for the Saints. Now in left field, number 30, Dave Williams. At first base, number 22, Wayne Goodwin. At
Center field, number 11, Michael Laverne. And now pitching for the Saints, number 17, Christian Carpenter. Leading off the top of the fourth for the Tigers, number 1, center fielder Braden Flores.
Top of the fourth inning. Saints with a 13-0 lead. And here's the top of the order in Flores for the Tigers. First pitch misses low. 1 ball and no strikes. Swing and a miss. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. In the game for the Saints, Christian Carpenter is in at pitcher. Wynn Goodwin takes over at first base. Center fielder is Michael Laverne, and left fielder is Gage Williams. Here's the 1-1 from Carpenter. Outside corner is called a strike, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Misses just outside and high. 2 balls, 2 strikes now from Carpenter. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout for out number 1.
Left fielder number 14, Nick Polk.
So here's Polk with 1 out, nobody on. First pitch outside corner is called a strike, and it's no balls and 1 strike from Carpenter. Breaking ball. Fly ball to right field. It's a foul ball just outside the line. So no balls and 2 strikes now. Here's the pitch from Carpenter. Curveball misses outside. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Here's the 1-2. Misses low, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss and strikeout for out number 2. 2 strikeouts in the inning now for Christian Carpenter.
Norman.
First pitch from Carpenter misses low. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Ground ball at third base. Shamsi backhands it. Throws all the way across the diamond. And it's over the head of Wynn Goodwin. Let's see how they score it.
Pitcher, number 3, Quinlan Snyder. One more change.
First pitch was a ball. 1 ball, no strikes.
William Milliken.
Milliken in right field. We mistakenly said that Gus Milligan was still out there. Throw down to first once again. So William Milliken is in at right field. 1 ball and 1 strike to Snyder. 2 outs and a runner at first. Ground ball to the first base side. Goodwin. He'll take it himself, and there's 3 outs in the inning. No runs on an error. No runs on no hits and an error. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 13-0 Saints. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Saints leading at 13-0, and up first for the Saints will be the catcher, Clay Gaskin. And the first pitch to Gaskin is in for a strike. Gaskin hits it high in the air. It'll get out of play. Well, the catcher's going to give it a chase. I thought it was out of play. Catcher can't come up with it. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes now to Gaskin. Pitch misses high and inside. Fly ball center field. Center fielder takes a couple steps over, and he'll make the catch for out number 1.
Third baseman, number 7, Jason Shamsi.
So here's Jason Shamsi with 1 out. First pitch is up high. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. One 0 pitch, outside corner. It's 1 ball, 1 strike now to Shamsi. Shamsi lifts one high to the infield. Shortstop near the grass. He'll make the catch for out number 2.
Second baseman, number 28, Cooper Miller.
Here's Cooper Miller with 2 down, nobody on. First pitch misses inside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. First game at the doubleheader today. Second game will start approximately 30 to 45 minutes after this game ends. Pitch misses low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Two 0 to Miller. Misses high, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Three 0 to Miller. Fly ball left side. Left fielder coming over. It's going to drop. And Cooper Miller will reach on a 2-out base hit.
Right fielder, number 4, William Milliken.
So 2 outs and a runner at first. William Milliken will get his first varsity at bat. And Milliken fouls it just outside the base at third. Be no balls and 1 strike. No balls and a strike to Milliken. Milliken hits it high towards the right side. Right fielder coming in, and he won't get to it. It'll fall. Cooper Miller will advance to third base.
Hey, Kev, you give
So I'll bring up
Pitcher,
Christian
number
Carpenter.
17, Christian Carpenter.
Two outs and runners on the corners for Carpenter. First pitch chopped foul down the third base side. It's no balls and one strike. Oh, 1 to Carpenter. Ground ball left side. That'll get through for a base hit. Cooper Miller will come home to score. It's 14-0 Saints.
Shortstop, number 27, Evan Jobert.
So here's Jobert. 2 outs and runners at first and second. Foul back, and the catcher's going to make the grab near the net for out number 3. Saints pick up a run in the bottom of the 4th. We'll go to the 5th inning. Saints lead at 14-0. Top of the 5th inning, and rain has begun to fall here at Legion Field. First pitch from Carpenter is a fly ball towards the right side. Milliken come in a couple steps, and he'll make the catch for out number 1.
Number 9, Colton Fickner.
So the first pitch from Carpenter is a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Strike called, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike from Carpenter. Pitch misses inside. 2 balls and a strike. Breaking ball, it's grounded towards the right side. Cooper Miller has it. He'll throw it over to Goodwin, and Goodwin can't hold on to it. It's an error charge to the Saints. Runner at first with one out.
First baseman, number 6, Ethan Ryland.
So one out runner at first. Carpenter throws to first. And Tigner gets back. Ground ball towards Shamsey. Shamsey will charge it. He'll throw it to first. And we'll get the out at first base for 2 outs.
Second baseman, number 8, Javon Simpson.
You don't hear it on the metal no more, you just hear it dripping off the bat.
First pitch misses high. 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 misses low. 2 balls, no strikes from Carpenter. Looks like the rain has stopped for the moment.